This is my thoughts about the current state of B-roll. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode. So this is kind of a funny video because I actually did a take of this a couple months ago and it just didn't sit well with me. Something about it felt like I was either holding myself back or I couldn't really talk about it the way that I really wanted to, and maybe this might come off like a rant, but I guess this is more like a personal comment, statement, or opinion of how I see B-roll at the moment. So it comes off as no surprise that if you search up B-roll now on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, or any other social media platform, you get a whole list of videos going like how to make the most cinematic B-roll, how to make the most epic B-roll, 5 tips to get better B-roll. And to be honest, I personally don't see a problem with trends and challenges in general, as long as they're not like hurting anyone or taking humanity like 10 steps backwards. It's actually a good way for beginners and people getting into something new to learn techniques and skills. It prompts and motivates people to try different things and to try to put themselves out there. And where my problem lies in is actually the definition of B-roll. You know that meme where every camera movement is called a pan, a tilt's called a pan, a dolly's called a pan. I feel like right now with B-roll, every shot is being called a B-roll. And to give it, I guess, like an Oxford Dictionary kind of definition, B-roll is the alternative or supplementary footage that's there to enhance the A-roll, which is the main narrative or story. And when I look at all these B-roll videos, they all share a very similar visual and aesthetic kind of style and applying the same kind of techniques and transitions, where it's all like these whooshes and speed ramps and crazy stuff like that, which is really exciting to watch, and it does look quite cool. But where I kind of draw the line for myself is, what is the purpose of it? Or why is it called B-roll at all? If your entire sequence is B-roll, by definition, there is no story. Where is the A-roll? When it comes to me and my experience with this whole B-roll sort of trend, it affected me in the way that I started oversimplifying my approach to, client work and personal projects and stuff like that. And what I realized was a lot of the impact, the emphasis, the story and the narrative that we're trying to tell really lost that edge because we were oversimplifying things. A lot of things were lost in communication because we weren't being specific enough. Instead of saying like, hey, this is the A-roll and this is why we're getting these exact shots, storyboarding, planning things out, and being a bit more in-depth with our approach, because we sacrificed that to get, epic looking B-roll, we really lost that story and that narrative that we're trying to tell. And again, I don't want to throw people under the bus or call people out, because this isn't about that. This is about my own personal opinion and my honest opinion about this mislabeling of things. And I feel that when I watch other videographer friends of mine or other people that are just getting into, freelancing type of work, and they're watching this type of content, they're missing out the value of understanding how to create impact with their work by learning how to, create story first, how to structure that aspect. Instead of creating B-roll sequences or, epic cinematic B-roll, it should be about A-roll. Personally speaking, the best work that I've been the most proud of are the ones where I was very intentional with what was going to be my A-roll. So for example, the foresight video that we showed, it's actually quite short, less than 30 seconds long. Every shot in there was completely planned out. Although there were a lot of like last minute changes due to certain circumstances, there was nothing in there that was B-roll. Every shot in place was there because it was trying to tell a certain aspect about the helmet. It's certain features that we're trying to sell. It's certain energy, certain mood that we're trying to convey to the audience. We're trying to make something that matches the brand. So we storyboarded everything down. We sat down with the clients and we got a list of references together, mood boarded the whole thing. And there was no such thing as B-roll when we shot that. Everything had a significance. And so when it comes to currently today in how I shoot things, I want to put more emphasis on that storytelling aspect again. Learning techniques, learning skills through these videos, again, I think it's actually a really good resource to go to. But when it comes to having that feeling of lacking something in terms of the impact of the video, I feel like the best types of resources to go to is to learn about A-roll and learning about storytelling. It's just such an important aspect, especially in filmmaking, if you want to take your videos to that next level. And without being too pretentious, I think keeping that definition of what B-roll is and trying to be able to be more specific in how we communicate what we want in what we're shooting is going to make overall better videos. I think I got across what I want to say. Did that sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. But yeah, that's basically how I feel about B-roll. There's probably a lot of other little things that I'll probably think about after this video is done and be like, ah, damn, why did I say that? But whatever. So yeah, those are my thoughts about B-roll at the moment. If you guys want to share your thoughts in the comments below, whether you agree or disagree, let me know. And feel free to message me as well. I'd love to see what people's opinions are about this, I guess, current trend. So on that note, thanks for stopping by. This is David from Mind Studios, and I'll see you all next time.